I'm about to lose my brain stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he cash shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your
Ahmadiyyah.
skin?
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
In my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of every pineapple.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine, you son. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine, you son. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got
This is the sound of every pineapple.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your Sunday Vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right. If you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Exit stage left. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Now let's get black into it. Hello, December sunshine, baby boy in the house, Stephen Wood, Aboriginal woman, that crazy beach heiress, Millie, Kenyatta, Pearly. All right, Mr. Hotel, Hot Cocoa. Mr. Hotel said often imitated but never duplicated. Thank you. All right, Cherokee descended Dale is here. Okay, so let's get into it. Christy One Love, Juju B, Junior, Antoinette, Eduardo. All right, Eduardo said it's the queen. You know it is. Priscilla. All right, Juju said the queen is queening. Hey, Jasmine, Samantha, 6'3" soldier. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. Kenyatta, Pennywise, Internet Goulash, Emperor Rex, All Hell Nah, Jackie Wade in the house. December, did I say you already? Mary, Chris. Okay, let's get into it. Abria, Jasmine, Michael McDougal is here. Okay, so let's get it started. Sister Phil is here. Lillian X, Tawana. All right, shout out to everyone in the chat, everyone tuned into the Queen. Y'all know I love my loyal royals. Mr. Hotel said, hold on, let me put this on the screen because Mr. Hotel is so messy. Too many frauds. There's only one Nancy Drew journalism, and it's on this channel. And we know that's right. Okay, I have my own receipts. Tell it, Mr. Hotel. Leatrice is here. Dolly, Tawana. Okay, so let's get into it. Miss Pretty is here. Okay. All right, so let's talk about it, y'all. Mr. Hotel's been messy as soon as I get started. Miss Mississippi, okay. And so let's talk about it, Bill. But here's the thing. I just want you all to keep in mind, all right? Keep in mind that the Queen is the one. Hey, Desi. The Queen is the one, Christopher Perkins in the house, is the one who has told you all about your lifelines. Okay, I was the first one to give you all the lifelines, telling you to store your water and your non-perishable food items. And then others came along and copied my talking points, of course. But I told you all this since Thanksgiving Day of 2020. I said, well, everybody, the title of the video was People Out Here Celebrating Nonsense While Gloom and Hunger Are Right Around the Corner. Y'all remember? And I've been telling y'all ever since. All right? I also told you all about a fake alien invasion, and now what do we see, honey? They're talking about aliens in Miami. Did y'all see the video? Because I actually saw the video. I did my little investigative research, as I told you all I would. Now, we're not going to talk about that right now because I got too many other stories to talk about. Y'all know I have too many receipts, okay? I have to actually get these receipts, organized and everything. Y'all just don't know how much work it is. Byron said, that you did, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Okay. Everybody saying you did. Yes, you did. Okay. So, another thing I want you all to remember is that I'm the first one that also told you that wasn't no Jeffrey Epstein's client list. Okay. That was just some names that were in documents, in legal documents that were given when they gave depositions and through police reports and questions asked and all of that. That is absolutely not a client list. Don't let them fool you. Okay, I told you all that days ago. So with that all being said, I'm also the first one that told you that when Katt Williams said that he was offered for $50 million 4 times, I told you all. And he said, Diddy, when Diddy offers you the party, you have to say no. Well, I told you all why I thought Diddy did that. Okay, so I did a TikTok, so let's get into it. All right. December said, yes, you did that too. Undefeated. Thank you, beloved. All right. Christopher said, well, you are the queen. Thank you. Lillian said, queen always uses critical thinking skills. Well, I try to, beloved. Thank you. That Crazy Beach Air said, I get my news right here. Thank you. All right. Miss Hotel said, queen of first. Y'all don't give me too much praises now. Don't give me too much praise. Christopher Perkins said, we get the real news first right here. I stay tuned in. Thank you, beloved. You know the haters going to hate and try to act like somebody needs to copy their receipts on it, but they don't have any such timestamps or nothing. They never will, but I can definitely show timestamps where they copied the queen. Please pay attention. All right, here we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ahmadiyyah Shakur. So when Katt Williams came out with that very explosive interview, just calling out everyone, he mentioned Diddy. Now, when he said what he said about Diddy, I got real suspicious. Was Diddy trying to set Katt up? Let's get into it.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you got to tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need to know? You here, get to know.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Come on.
Because early on, you was accusing me.
Notice how Katt said Diddy likes to party, and when he wants to, you have to tell him no. And he talked about someone offering him $50 million 4 times, and he had to turn it down. Now, who would offer somebody that kind of money? Well, and what kind of party was Diddy wanting him to come to? Now, I'm sure we've heard about these parties where they invite people there and then they catch them in compromising positions, doing things that would be embarrassing if other people found out. So maybe that's why he was offered $50 million 4 times, so that he would come to those parties and engage in some type of acts that they could later use to blackmail him and hold over his head, so that he would just shut up and stop talking about the things that he's already talking about and the things that he's already spoken about in the past, and anything that he would likely possibly say in the future. This is just my guess, but think about it. He also mentioned Harvey Weinstein too. Okay, so yeah, I absolutely think that the money he was offered and the partying that Diddy wanted him to do involved some sort of a secret gathering, or like a sort of eyes wide shut thing, if you catch what I'm saying. And then they could likely just get him to be quiet. He wouldn't be able to say anything because, hey, if you tell on us, if you try exposing anything that we're up to, well, we'll just drop the video footage and let everyone know what you did. Good way to keep someone quiet, don't you think? Please pay attention. And mind you, I'm not just talking about other comedians or not even just celebrities. I'm talking about this could involve politicians and a myriad of wealthy, powerful, elite people. So yeah, there's no telling what else Katt Williams knows. And as we can all see, he's willing to tell and bring things forward. And like I said, he's been doing this for years. It's nothing new. So I'm sure there are some people who would love to have something over his head just to keep him quiet, and as they would like to call it, in his place. All right. Y'all heard that. And that's absolutely what I think. That's absolutely what I think, okay? They try to have things over your head so you can't keep running your mouth. That's how that goes. Pay attention. All right, so, and I showed you all the receipts of how they did the same thing with Nexium, that cult that they had where they were blackmailing those people. And R. Kelly did the same thing, according to some of his victims. Had them making videos and all kinds of stuff and participating in things that were illegal so they couldn't tell on him without implicating themselves. This is what people do. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, everybody get those likes up. You all know they have the Queen Shadow Band. So let's first of all talk about Mike Epps. Now, Mike Epps came out and said something. They said people were going in on him because he tried to say Katt had on fake Fendi. Now, I'm sure Mike was just joking. Okay, I think he was just joking, quite frankly. But anyway, I digress. So hold on, let me pull that up. Here we go.
Fucked up, man. He just should have wore something different. That's all. That little hat that nigga had on, and that fake Fendi jacket. That's my nigga, though. That's my nigga. That's my nigga. And I did get a little jealous, man. Katt broke the internet and didn't say my name, good or bad. I need the press too, nigga. Shit. Say something about me in there, man. Say something bad about me. I don't care. I got a special coming out. I need the press.
Okay, now he also made a post. I'm going to pull that up. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Here we go. Okay, so this is what he also posted. Picture of him and Katt, and it says, I put all these MFs on and still putting comics on today. Yeah, ain't none of y'all brave enough or care enough to work with him, him or come around him. Stop making this shite so bad. We comedians, I put him in a movie when no one wanted to work with him. Some of that shite he said was true, and some of it was not. At the end of the day, we all black men in a business that is not ours. I cracked on his jacket because that's what comics do. All this shite is marketing, dummies. Okay, so that's what he said. He said, yeah, he cracked on his jacket because that's what comedians do. Now, some people got upset because of the comments he made about the fake Fendi, but we know the Fendi was real, and I'm pretty sure Mike was just joking. Okay, I'm sure he was just joking. Now, what do you all think about that? Did you all think Mike was throwing some shade? Hating, perhaps? Now, one thing, yeah, Abria said Mike was just playing. Exactly. Gina said Ricky Smiley was crying. Yeah, Ricky was crying. Let's talk about that. I wasn't going to bring that up, but since you brought it up, let's talk about it. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Beloved. At the end of the day, what do you all think about Ricky Smiley crying on his live? What do you all think about that? I have questions. Because some people were going in on the man. Some people were clearly going in on him. And let me show you all what Boosie said about Katt Williams too while I'm at it. Because I saw this video the other day. All these people started coming out, giving their responses and their thoughts on what Katt Williams said. And, you know, I found out some things about Katt that I didn't know. Now, Dion Cole came out and spoke. I can't even go through all the list because really, last night, I was really looking at a lot of the responses. So Dion Cole came out. Now, let me just tell you off the top of my head what I can remember from these responses, because at the end of the day, it was 2 minutes to record everybody. So, I mean, I could have, but it would take forever. But Dion Cole basically said that Katt's a very giving person. If you ever meet him, ask him how much money he's given away. He said it's very likely a very large number. He said that he was at a show once and he got off the stage and some girl came up to him. There's people coming up to him. And there was one woman who gave him, stuck something in his hand. He said at first he thought it was a phone number or something and he really wasn't paying attention. And then when she walked away, he looked and it was $1,000. And he said he was looking for her, like, who gave me $1,000? But he didn't remember her face. Then he said he was at another show, maybe a month or so later, and then another comedian said that somebody gave them $1,000. And he said Katt Williams was in the audience. That's when he realized that Katt is the one who had the lady give him the $1,000. And he said that's the kind of stuff that Katt does. See, he doesn't go around boasting and bragging like some people do when they do things. You know, the people that are feeding the homeless, but they feel the need to record themselves doing it just so everyone sees them doing a good deed. You know, I always think that's a clout chase when I see people doing that, because you can clearly do something nice and you don't have to broadcast it for everybody, okay? That's all I'm saying. And so that's what Dion had to say. Also, Lavelle, I forget Lavelle's name. Is it Lavelle Carter, the comedian Lavelle? Lavelle spoke on Katt. He had some favorable things to say about Katt as well. Okay, then Tommy Davidson. Tommy seemed to me like he was kind of trying to stay neutral, didn't want to step on anyone's toes. Okay, but then Boosie came out and pretty much said that Katt gave him money when he first got out of prison. So let me just share that video. Even though I was actually looking for the Ricky Smiley, but I'll find that in a second.
You got nothing to say about the K. Williams situation. I don't know about nothing about that. I know he a real nigga to me. Like I say, bro, I came home, I ain't had nothing, man. Invited me to his concert. Got me front row seat. When I was leaving, gave me $15,000. That's real.
Okay, I'm going to stop boosting because there's music playing in the background. But as you heard, he said that Katt Williams is a real ninja, gave him $15,000. That's when he first got out of prison. Okay, and he was having a hard time. So Katt gave him $15,000. Now, everybody's just not going to give you $15,000. I don't care how much money they have. Somebody said Ice Cube spoke out too. Yes, beloved, he did. And I talked about that a couple of days ago when he first spoke out. Because we all know by now, pretty much confirmed what Katt said about the role of Money Mike. Okay, now let me see if I can find this Ricky Smiley thing. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, here it is right here. And you all share your thoughts and tell me what you all think about this. Here we go.
Hey man, can I get you anything? Can I get you water or something, man?
Oh, okay.
You doing okay? All right.
Yeah.
Can I give you a minute?
Thank you.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody said, Queen, that was from last year with his son crying. Nope, nope, nope. We all know he cried over his son last year. That's not the same video. Okay, so here's the thing. What do y'all think about it? Because some people have been saying, Mandamus, I hope I said your name right, beloved, said, hand that man some tissue. So, Amazing Grace said, Ricky's still grieving the loss of his son. Now, this is what some people said, and I believe that he absolutely is, because on the video where he responded to Katt Williams, he said something about he's going through stuff because of his son. He gets therapy and all of that stuff. But here's my thing. I understand you're grieving. We all go through things, and we all have problems and issues. What I never have understood is why do some people get on live and start crying? Nobody cares about your problems for real. People see that as juicy gossip. How many times have I told you all that? I mean, there'll be some people who feel a little empty and sympathy, but what I'm saying overall, collectively, people don't care. That's just something for people to gossip about. That's all it is. People just see it as something to gossip about 9 times out of 10. Because look, here we are talking about it on a live. So if you have something that's bothering you, you're grieving or whatever, if you're on a live and you feel like you're about to burst into tears or you can't control your emotions, why not just stop recording? Why not delete the video? But why would you not only cry on the screen, but then post the video? I don't understand that. Cardi B does that too. There's people who do that, and I just don't understand why. To me, it's a clout chase. I mean, do you need attention? Like, I'm sorry that he lost his son. I'm sure he is still grieving. But why are you on live crying? Like, I just wouldn't do it. That's just me. Now, I know Taraji P. Henson was crying when she was on that interview, but that's different because if you're on an interview, you're not in charge of when it stops and starts. If you're in an interview and you're speaking about something, someone asks you a question, or you start delving into a story that makes you emotional, of course, you may burst into tears and you don't have the ability to stop. But when you're doing your own live stream, you can always stop. Now, just as he stepped aside so no one could see him, he could have just stopped recording. Why would you record that? I just don't get it. I'm sorry, but I don't care who's mad. When I see people doing stuff like that, to me, it's a clout chase. Whatever the reason is, you want attention. That's what it looks like to me. You just want attention. All right. I mean, I'm sorry his son died. That is very sad. Okay. That is very sad for anyone to have to go through the loss of a child. But to get on a video and you're making a cup of coffee and then you just start crying and then you actually not only film yourself doing, you upload it, to me, that's clout chasing. That's clout chasing. It's like you want sympathy or you want attention or something. Reggie said, me either. I don't get it. I don't get it either. I said the same thing about Cardi B. When she would get up there and she's crying because people saying this and that about her and Offset, I said, why does she keep explaining her and her husband's problems? That's nobody's business and they don't care. It's just juicy gossip for people to talk about. So I don't get it. I mean, people do what they want, but at the end of the day, that's just attention seeking at its finest as far as I'm concerned. Because what I'm not going to ever do is get on a whole live and start crying. That's what I'm not going to do. If I have something bother me, I'm not going to get on here and tell everybody on live. Y'all don't care. I mean, some of y'all might, but at the end of the day, other people watching, honey, that's just gossip for them. So I wouldn't even do it. And nor would I even want to. Okay? So this is all crazy. Rex said nobody's business. Exactly. And Sierra said, and then Cardi be mad at people. Yeah, then she gets mad at people who comment. Girl, you brought your business to the internet. The internet didn't come to you. So now you're mad because people are speaking on it. This is all crazy. Claudette said it really is, Queen. Okay. I mean, sure. Corey said exactly. It's giving them more ammunition to come against you. Thank you, Corey. That's exactly what I said. Thank you. That's exactly what I said earlier today when I was talking to somebody. Michael said, if I saw you crying, Queen, hold on. I think it was a clone. LOL. Michael, sit down. Michael said, if I saw you crying, Queen, I would think it was a clone. Honey, it would be, baby, because you would not see Queen crying, okay? Not a clone. Samantha said, we really care about you, Queen. I know y'all do, beloved, but y'all still not going to see the Queen crying, honey, okay? Because I'm tough as nails and made of steel. Honey, it takes a lot to make me cry, and I promise you, if I was, nobody would see. That's all I'm saying. Nobody would see. That's all I'm saying. But thank you, Samantha, beloved. I care about you all too. Hold on. That crazy bitch Eric said, who cloned the Queen? Miss Ontaire said wig. Miss Ontaire said wig got on live crying too. Yeah, she sure did, huh? This is all crazy. It's all so embarrassing. Sierra said pathetic. That crazy bitch Eric said bye wig. Honey 69 said, then he busted out loud. I know, right? I mean, it's sad. Jay said it could happen with AI. This is all crazy. Okay, Tia said, oh, I had to go to the bathroom to cry for my mom on her B-day on the 4th at my job. I didn't need sympathy or no one else to know. Just saying, sis clout. Exactly. Right. And you know, that happens to us when you might be at work. You could be anywhere, you know, and you just start feeling overwhelmed because sometimes your emotions overcome you. You know, sometimes your emotions, sadness, sorrow, grief, despair. Sometimes those things overcome us and we need to just take a moment to ourselves. But I just don't understand why anyone would ever get on a live and just break down crying. Because I'm telling you, it's only for good gossip. That's all it's for. Okay, it's only for gossip, for people to talk about. People are not going to really sit there and try to analyze your problems or whatever. This is not going to do it. It's not going to do it. And then everybody has problems. Everybody suffers losses and things like that. What if everybody just got on the internet and just cried every time something went bad? Like what? The internet is just not for that, as far as I'm concerned. Internet's not just somebody said, 169 said, when I get nervous, Queen, I cry. When I get nervous, honey, I laugh. Okay. When I get nervous, I start laughing, honey. Okay. That's for real what I do. I've always done this since a kid. Lana said he mad Katt called him out and spoke truth. Yeah, a lot of people are, right? Rick said, I think it's gonna get weirder than Ricky. More than that crying Reese. It's about, I don't know what you meant, Reggie. I can't read all of that. Queen, you've been cloned. Where's the receipts? Y'all need to sit down. Alice said, you cry when you're angry. Now, I will say that now. I will say that. If you make me mad and I start crying, you better look out, baby, because I promise it's not about to be good. It's not about to be good. And the only people that could make me mad enough to cry is somebody close to me. It would have to be somebody very close to me, you know, like one of my sons, my sisters, my brothers, somebody like that, make me mad enough to cry. That means you don't hurt my feelings. You don't hurt my feelings. And if you hurt my feelings, whoo, you better start running, that's all I'm saying. You better run quick, okay? Because them hands gonna start flying, that's all I'm saying. I'm joking, but seriously, that's the only person that can make me that mad is somebody really close to me. Somebody that I love deeply, saying something that hurt me, that would probably make me mad enough to cry. Other than that, you can miss me with it. Very few people can just make me mad, honey, because at the end of the day, I just let stuff roll off my back, honey, because I'm going to laugh at you. And then I'm going to go in on you. So, I mean, either way, it's a win-win for me. It's all I'm saying, honey. Pay attention. Y'all remember that time the guy got up here? Y'all remember that time when I was going in on Bussy Reek and the guy got mad? He got up here. His name was, what was his name? Sahad Broke? Something like that, but his last name, he called himself Broke. First of all, why would you call yourself that? Fool. Clearly. Okay, he got up here and he tried to go in on me, calling me cockeyed and all that. He thought it was making me press, honey. I was laughing because, honey, cockeyed or not, I still look good. Okay, please pay attention. And I have pretty brown eyes, so they're going to miss me with it. All right. See, here's the thing. What do I tell you all on the spiritual channel? Speaking of the spiritual channel, Lord, when have we been on there? We haven't been on the spiritual channel in over a week. This is all nefarious. I've got to get on there if it's the last thing I do. But what do I tell you all on the spiritual channel? I told you, you shouldn't care about what people say about you. Like, that's not what matters. It's what you care. It's what you think of yourself. That's why it's called self-esteem, not what everybody else thinks of me, esteem. Okay? That's what that's called. And you know, the people who allow other people to hurt their feelings, you know, and I'm not talking about people that are relevant. I'm talking about irrelevant people on the internet that you don't even know. When you allow those people to make you mad, butthurt, bent out of shape, or they can hurt your feelings or make you feel bad about yourself and all those things, that just says that you really care more about what other people think of you than you care about what you think about yourself. And that's what you should never do. That's what you should never do. Okay, because haters gonna hate. There's gonna be people who think certain things about you no matter how you carry yourself, no matter what you do or say. There's gonna be people who make accusations. There's gonna be people who are just mad and sad. You may have something they want, and I don't even mean material things. I mean, it could be something about your personality. It could be the wit about yourself. It could be your intelligence. It could be a myriad of things. There's always going to be someone that wants to criticize you. And if you sit there and let those type of people, you know, change the very way that you feel about yourself or dampen your shine or anything like that, then that's just sad. You should never let anyone make you feel bad about yourself, honey. If you feel bad about yourself, do so because you are disappointed in yourself and something that you said or did yourself, not because someone else pointed the finger, okay? Because everybody has flaws, honey. We all fall short of the glory of God. Please pay attention, okay? That's all I'm saying. And then, like I told you all too, that guy that was up here trying to talk trash about my beautiful eyes, honey, first of all, he wouldn't even show his face on the screen. He had his camera off the whole time. So do you think, I mean, it would be crazy for any of us, not just me, but for anyone to be offended, upset, angered by some fool that's trying to disparage you and you can't even see their face, okay? They didn't even want to show their face. So make it all make sense. Anyway, let me continue. Okay, so now that's what Mike Epps had to say. Now let's talk about Ed Lover, because Ed Lover has some things to say. All right, I met Ed Lover when I was in Cancun once. Let's listen to what he had to say. Like stuff, everyone, please like and share.
Goes on to say that, and then he goes on to say that after he was supposed to be one of the new kings of comedy, that they approached him after Bernie passed and they wanted to take it back out. And he was supposed to be a new king of comedy, but he didn't want to go on the Kings of Comedy tour because of Steve Harvey's treatment of Bernie Mac. He has a lot of respect for Bernie Mac, and I love Bernie Mac. Y'all know Bernie Mac was in Who's the Man? Bernie Mac was a friend of mine until he passed on. When I tell you one dude that has never, ever, ever changed, y'all have heard me say this before, is Bernie Mac. Love Bernie Mac. And Bernie, the stuff that he said, Katt Williams said about Steve Harvey calling to try to get Bernie's role on Oceans and that kind of stuff, Bernie told me out of his own mouth. And Bernie, I've known Bernie. Like I said, we did Who's the Man in like 91 to 92. The movie came out in 93. Okay? I met Bernie during the taping of Def Comedy Jam. And I went and said, we need Bernie Mac in this movie. Bernie Mac has never fronted on me. Bernie Mac has never lied to me. I believe Bernie Mac when he say Steve Harvey hated on him. And then he goes on to say that.
Okay, so there you heard it. There you heard. He said Bernie Mac told him himself. All right. So with that all being said, let's continue, because now I'm going to show you Steve's reaction. Now, you remember when Bernie Mac passed away, Steve did like a little tribute to him on his show. Okay, so I'm going to share that with you, and then we're going to get into what Bernie Mac's daughter said about Katt Williams. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. Here we go.
Mike, who you got with you, man?
What's up, Steve?
So,
we right here at Bernie Mac's high school on the south side.
Oh, wow.
Man,
yeah.
And we just want to let you know, man, you know we all love Bernie. We got some of Bernie's friends that he went to school with. Crowd, let them know how we doing it out here tonight. Listen, Bernie Mac paved the way for a lot of great comedians like myself, man. And it's a great time to honor this man. We love Bernie Mac. We got the principal of the school. Douglas, go ahead and let him know how we gonna honor the Mac man. His name is Douglas McCall. I done messed his name up.
Douglas Macklin, principal of the best high school on the south side. In honor of our 75th anniversary and to support our wonderful Alumni Association, we like to rename this auditorium the Bernie Mac Auditorium.
Rhonda and Bernie were high school sweethearts at that very same school right there. So, Rhonda, Janice, how you feel?
I am so touched. I'm so honored. And I'm always amazed at just the outpouring of love people still have for him. And it just warms my heart that they remember him and love him the way they do. Thank you all so much.
We got something else to show you. Bernie was a Chicagoan through and through, which is why the city of Chicago sent this over. This is from the city of Chicago. It's actually a proclamation that says, in recognition of Bernie's remarkable life and legacy, Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel has proclaimed today, November 14th, to be Bernie Mac Day in Chicago.
It's all right. It's all right.
I urge all Chicagoans to mark this occasion just as Bernie would have, with thanksgiving for both our trials and triumphs and finding the humor no matter what. It's Bernie Mac Day today. Appreciate it.
Okay, that was all nice and everything, but those crocodile tears, because that's all it was for me, when Steve was sitting up there crying, honey. I just took it as crocodile tears back then, and I took it as crocodile tears right now. Because prior to all of that, before Bernie passed away, I'd already heard from someone in the industry about Steve trying to get his role on Ocean's 11. All right, so I already felt like he was shady anyway. But here's what Bernie Mac's daughter had to say in response to the things that Katt Williams said on the show during the interview.
I keep getting lots of contact about my thoughts on the Katt Williams interview on Club Shay Shay. The interview heard round the world. And I don't know, my take is probably going to be really, really boring. Number one, I want people to keep in mind, my dad has been dead for 15 years, so I have not been fully immersed in the world of comedy. I don't know the ins and outs of that like that anymore, because my end has been gone for 15 years. You know, I've got friends in the game, but we don't sit and talk about, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, I don't know Katt Williams. Never met him. That's one person I never did get to meet when my dad was alive. But from everything that I've ever heard my dad, you know, say, he's always seemed like a stand-up dude. So I have no qualms, no quarrels with him. I thought the interview was hilarious, entertaining. That man dropped so many one-liners that I'm sure we are going to be wearing down to the ground in this year of our Lord 2024. But one of my biggest takeaways in watching people's responses was how people were kind of like, oh, that's kind of sad, like, outside of being, you know, tickled by it. And I've seen people say stuff like, it's like watching, you know, your uncles go at it and you're like, oh, why can't we all just get along? Well, I mean, because everybody doesn't get along. Like, I think that's one of the misconceptions about comedians, and I guess it's due to the fact that what they do brings so much joy to others, that the perception, the expectation is that behind closed doors, everybody gets along, everybody just, it's love. And no, it's not. They've always been competitive. Like, it's always been, as far as I've ever witnessed in watching my dad, it's always been kind of cutthroat. Like, you'll have, you know, people beefing, like, same as within your family. Just because y'all related don't mean y'all all get along, right? Comedy's no different. But for me, Katt Williams has my utmost appreciation and respect for giving my dad his props and his flowers. And I felt like it was genuine. There are some people who have given, you know, my dad his flowers now that he's dead, that I'm looking at like, you know, doggone well, he wasn't doing that when he was alive. And that, not just famous people, just people all across the board. As my dad used to say, you ever want to be loved by everybody? You ever want to be special? Just die. It's real easy to give lip service when somebody dies and you, oh, they were so wonderful. And that's not how you felt when they were alive. But when Katt spoke of my dad, for me, I felt his heart. I felt that it was genuine, and I appreciate it. Again, it's been 15 years since my dad's been dead. If you follow me at all, you know I've said this repeatedly. Like, it does my heart good to know that my dad was a stand-up guy, that the man that I knew him to be was who he actually was to people, because that's the thing. Like, we can love people and think they one way and then find out later. No. And I say, like, in 15 years, if he was an asshole, somebody by now would have been like, let me tell you about that motherfucker. So that is not the case with my dad. Makes me so proud, and I just really appreciate what I believe the genuine love and respect that Katt Williams showed my father. It is so much appreciated. Much love and mad props to Katt Williams. I would love to sit down and just have a conversation with Katt Williams, because I think that is probably the most entertaining and gem-dropping conversation I probably would have in my life outside of conversations with my dad. So yeah, so that's my take. Like I said, probably boring, but that's what I thought. Again, much love and respect to Katt Williams.
All right, I absolutely love it. So yeah, Katt is true and genuine. And when she said there's some people who didn't feel that way about her dad, and then they try to give him flowers after he's gone, well, yeah, Steve Harvey's one of them, in my opinion. Okay, but also let's talk about it because Don DC Curry was on Comedy Hype about 10 months ago, and he talked about how the initial beef started between Katt Williams and Steve. So let's get into it. Now, I'm going to let you all hear the audio. I'm not going to play the video because I don't have permission. And so shout out to Comedy Hype, but I'm going to put an overlay on the screen. So let's talk about it.
Shit, fuck this, man. Shit, the fuck, man. This nigga here got a plethora. Nigga, I play golf. Plethora material.
What that was about, according to Katt now. Katt says back in the day we struggling, you know, driving from city to city doing shows and stuff, you know. I'm not talking about. Katt says he was in a mall. This is what Katt told me.
Okay.
He was in a mall one day. He runs into Steve. Katt got his little boys with him. You know, his Katt had adopted some boys.
Right, sure.
Let me stop right there and tell this funny story about Katt.
Oh, okay. We're
Put
gonna
a pin right there.
All right. We're going right back to it, but go ahead.
When we were shooting next Friday.
Friday after next.
Next Friday.
Next Friday, okay. Before, okay.
Katt was homeless.
Okay.
But he had adopted these kids, and they were living in the car.
Right.
And Cube, I think, let him stay on the set in his dressing room. You know, we all had our own trailers. So Katt comes out to the comes down to the set one day, and he, you know, emotionally stressed. We like, what's up, player? Me, Spoon, Cube. And he said, I'm just happy. What you happy about? My son, man. My son just wrote. You got yourself together?
Yeah, that's
my son just wrote the alphabets. So we all say, oh man, well, that is good, bro. That's good. Katt goes back to the trailer, and maybe 10 minutes later, he comes in with his son, who he's homeschooling. And he brings his son in, and first thing that was funny was the boy was like 12.
I must say, yeah. Damn. How old was he even? Damn. Not leave him alone. Leave him alone. You said the word retarded. Not saying something retarded.
No, he wasn't.
All right, but you try to act like
the second thing was, when he showed us the alphabet, they was all there. But they wasn't in order.
ACRMDOE. Leave that boy alone.
So we laughed about that. But anyway, Katt, my man. So Katt told me that what all that was about was he was in a mall with his sons, ran up on Steve, and his sons recognized Steve from television. So they were excited, asked Steve for an autograph. And Steve basically told them, according to Katt now, you know, get the hell out of here.
Was Katt famous at the time?
Katt wasn't famous at the time. So his son said, Katt Williams, this is what Katt said. His son said, Katt is my daddy. And supposedly now, you know, there's just one side.
Right, sure. We're going with this Katt story.
He said, who the fuck is Katt? And so Katt told his sons, don't worry about it, come on. Fast forward down the road 7, 8 years.
Wow, people don't forget.
And Katt never forgot.
Yeah, because I remember that roast. That when Katt Williams went on it.
Well, now I told you all before, Steve Harvey is not a nice person. Didn't I tell y'all that days ago? Said he told those kids who asked for his autograph to get the F out of here. To get out of here. And then when they said Katt Williams is our daddy, who the F is Katt Williams? Wow, really? Okay, really? But y'all want to sit up there, some of these black women want to listen to him about relationship advice. Please pay attention. Okay, I've been heard stuff about Steve Harvey. I've been heard low down stuff about him. I told you all about the black woman who wanted to take a picture with him one day, and he told her, oh, don't get none of that makeup on don't get too close and get that makeup on my suit. Yeah. And a myriad of other things. The list goes on and on, honey. KB says Steve is horrible. I absolutely agree. I don't like Steve Harvey, honey. I absolutely don't. To me, all he does is shuck and jive. Okay. And why are we surprised? Well, we're not, because he already said that he doesn't let his integrity come before his money. So that should tell everybody everything we need to know about him right there. Okay. Oh, so crazy. Oh, so crazy. Denise said jealousy can be an invisible poison. Absolutely. I agree. I absolutely agree, beloved. Okay. David said Don DC Curry is a cool person. Yeah, I think so. Now, somebody said, Queen, you're thorough with those receipts. Thank you, beloved. I forgot who said that. Laverne said, told y'all Harvey is arrogant as hell. Yeah, he is. He absolutely is, honey. That's no doubt about it. Okay. 100J said Steve's daughter belongs to the streets. All right. 169 said Steve is dirty. I agree with that. No lies detected anywhere thus far. Okay. So now let's continue, because here's what I want you all to see. Here's what I want you all to see. Katt Williams has a superpower. Okay. Katt has a superpower. He has a spiritual gift. All right. So we're going to talk about it. I'm going to put this video on the screen, because y'all know the Queen has spiritual gifts too. In fact, I have the same spiritual gift that Katt Williams has. So let's talk about it, because I was shocked when I found this out. But then a lot of things about Katt Williams started to make sense to me. Okay. Please pay attention. Now, this is a clip from when he was on Larry King years ago.
To say that are standing outside, and it's like standing.
I'm sorry. We'll get to Bishop T.D. Jakes in a hot second. Hold on. Wrong video.
Go in first.
Yeah, none of that's because of celebrity, as you know, Mr. King.
Who would you like to be stranded on a desert island with?
An excellent swimmer.
That's the best I've heard yet.
Thank you.
Strangest fan encounter.
I met a fan, and she explained to me very definitively that she was my biggest fan. And I explained to her that couldn't be the case. I've slept with most of my biggest fans. I tell her, she wouldn't. Everything I said, she was like, no, it's really me. And then she reveals her leg, and she has a life-size, it's almost a tattoo of me that she has on her leg. And I then conceded that she was my biggest fan.
Did you take it any further?
No, out of respect for her and myself, I did.
Something you long believed to be volunteer.
This was a volunteer for a nonprofit.
Guilty pleasure.
Silence and the love of a good woman.
Biggest risk you ever took?
Adopting children.
How many have you adopted?
6.
6? Best compliment you ever got?
You're good enough.
What never fails to make you laugh?
People smiling.
Worst piece of advice you ever got?
Don't ever change.
Something you wish you were better at?
Dealing with liars.
Best perk of being a celebrity? There's no perk to be. Come on, Katt. You get online to the nightclub, you're going to perform. But we'd appreciate your answers.
Excellent.
Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Kim Fields.
Secret talent?
Clairvoyant.
You're clairvoyant?
Yes, sir.
Psychic?
Yes, sir.
Ooh. Person you'd trade places with for a day?
That I would trade places with for a day? No one.
No one. Weirdest job you ever had?
Doing missionary work in Haiti. I was able to go to villages and teach mothers that if they would put salt in their water, their children wouldn't die from diarrhea. And so I spent a year and a half in Haiti saving babies' lives.
Working for who?
Working for the good cause, Larry.
I mean, that was a job, though? Someone paid you?
No. This was a...
Okay, so you all heard it. Katt is clairvoyant. I want you all to pay attention. Now, see, the thing is, people with spiritual gifts, they have a different perspective about certain things. Also, I want you to pay attention to the fact that he said, Larry asked him something that he has a hard time doing. He said, dealing with liars. I have a hard time dealing with liars too. That's why I expose them. And that's why he exposed them. I just want y'all to pay attention. That's why I had to expose Wig and Bussy Rick. Okay? That's why he exposed them, because he has a hard time dealing with liars. You see, it's something about somebody just being fake and fraud and deceiving people and deceiving the masses specifically when you know they're just a whole fake. It's something about some of us, we just have to call them out on their BS. That's what it is. Okay? That's what it is. Okay, Abria said that they are protected supernaturally. Absolutely. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. Spiritual, supernatural protection. Absolutely. Okay, because you all remember when I told you all, when I was going through that whole thing, when I was exposing Wig and Bussy Rick, how I told you all I felt like Bussy Rick was and his mother-in-law were trying to put voodoo on me. Okay, because I literally saw his mother-in-law in my dreams and all of that stuff. And it was all nefarious. Now, I didn't even know what his mother-in-law looked like at that point. But I knew that was his mother-in-law. And then when Taharka started exposing him and then showed the mother-in-law over in Haiti, then it all made sense. Pay attention. Okay, and then what did Bussy Rick come out and say? He came out and started talking about roots. He came out and started talking about roots. He even sells root deodorant. So I'm sorry, I can't make this stuff up. Because how would I know that he dabbles in stuff like that? I want y'all to pay attention. But I told y'all that on the live. Another thing is, for any of you who follow Bussy Rick, did you all celebrate a Ratatouille this year? Or did y'all celebrate Christmas? Because I have questions. Because last year, it was all about a Ratatouille. And he was selling those t-shirts and pajamas and all that stuff. And I think a coloring book for kids. Did y'all celebrate a Ratatouille this year? Or did y'all celebrate Christmas? Where did y'all celebrate, beloveds? What did y'all celebrate, a Ratatouille or who? I have several questions. Or did y'all forget about a Ratatouille already? For those who was buying t-shirts and all that last year, honey. I absolutely cannot, with Bussy Rick making up his own holidays, his own nationality and everything else. Y'all keep falling for the okie doke, okay? And I want y'all to pay attention. At the end of the day, Miss Hotel said, I celebrated myself, child, okay? This is all crazy. This is all crazy. Anyway, let me continue. Denise said she uses Tootsie deodorant. Pearlie said, sit down, Bussy. That crazy bitch Eric said, gout and track suits. Abria said, I don't know him. Honey, you're not missing anything, okay? Consider yourself blessed and highly favored. This is all crazy. Sierra said he was probably on an island with y'all's money. Honey, I heard he was. I heard he was somewhere, Tahiti or somewhere, child. I can't remember, but honey, let me tell y'all something. All funded by his nefarious subscribers. Woo, this is all crazy. Let me get back on track, because y'all not going to get me to go in on Bussy Rick, and then I have to fight the Bussy Ricans, because y'all know they be coming for the queen when they get mad. All I asked... Y'all remember when Bussy Rick got that weave in his head with fake locks, and then he tried to blame it on the stylist who did it, as if he didn't ask for his hair to look like that. Do I need to play that video again, honey? Don't even get me started on Bussy Rick. But anyway, I digress. I digress. Okay, so now enough of the foolery. Now let's continue. So Bishop T.D. Jakes, I have some more information on him that I'm sifting through, and I'll have to present that tomorrow, honey, because I have to go through the receipts, okay, and fact check everything. But before I do all that, let's talk about it today, because he spoke out. Hold on, let me get into this first. Hold on, I do have this receipt that we're gonna talk about. His hypocrisy. I want y'all to pay attention. All right, how many of you used to watch that show, that reality show back in the day called Preachers of LA? Once in the chat, how many of you used to watch Preachers of LA? Honey, I used to love it. I don't know about y'all, but I used to love that show, Preachers of LA. How many of you all used to watch that show? Once in the chat. Pauline said he popped up on my YouTube channel. Hold on. Okay, a lot of ones. So y'all used to watch too. I wasn't the only one. Pauline said he popped up on my YouTube. They were abroad at least for New Year's Eve, showing his missus in her bathrobe. Who does that disrespectful shot? Clearly him, honey. Clearly him. It's all a mess. Okay, so with that all being said, I used to watch that show 200, but here's what Bishop T.D. Jakes had to say about it back in the day when it was running. He said, now this article is it's 10 years old, okay? This is a 10-year-old article. Preachers of LA reality show slammed by Bishop T.D. Jakes. Now, in this day and age, any and everybody seems to be making their way into the world of reality television, and the shows have taken cable TV by storm, as the ratings for some reality shows have surpassed those of scripted TV shows. Even with all of the attention reality TV shows tend to get from viewers, as many have deemed them to be their guilty pleasures. There are some folks who aren't feeling the concept of reality TV, especially when it involves those who deliver God's word or to the masses of people. Now, the new reality show, Preachers of LA, debuted strong on Oxygen with over 1 million viewers. However, the show is receiving some heavy criticism from one of the most reputable Christian ministers in the country, T.D. Jakes. Okay, he shared his unfiltered opinion about the new reality TV show to his congregation at the Potter's House in Dallas, Texas, this past Sunday, and he blasted the Preachers of LA, labeling it as junk. Have you ever been swallowed up? Okay, now here's what it says. I know you've been watching that junk on TV. I want to tell you right now, not one dime of what you're sowing right now will buy my suit. I want you to know my car is paid for. I want you to know I got my house on my own. I want you to know I'm not bling blinging. I'm not a shake and bake. I had money when I came to Dallas, and I plan to have some when I leave. You did not buy what I got. I had it when I came here. You know I had it when I came here. The devil is a lie. I have sold enough books and produced enough movies. I don't need your offering to pay for this little slimy suit. So I rebuke that spirit in the name of Jesus Christ. Now, Bishop T.D. Jakes continues on with the sermon by telling the congregation that they're going to continue to build the kingdom of God like they have been doing, and reminds them he is a preacher from Dallas, not LA. We're going to build the kingdom of God like we've been doing, like we've always built the kingdom of God. I'm not from LA, I'm from Dallas, he says. He then defends himself and says he is known for sticking to his word. The people who have been here a while can go through my track record and prove when I said something, I did it. When we went after something, we bought it. When we wanted the land, we paid for it. When we wanted the school, we built it. When we went after the church, we burned the mortgage on this church. You don't know that kind of business being shake and bake and slimy? Shut up. Talking to himself, Bishop T.D. Jakes exclaimed that the reality show needed to get the axe immediately. He said, woo, pull the plug. And he added that the focus should be placed on the ministry and not the actions of ministers who have chosen to join reality TV shows. I find it also hypocritical, Bishop T.D. Snakes. Because here's the thing. He has some more to say, but let me just intervene right here. So okay. Vita said he was mad. Yes, okay. Yes, he was. Sound like he was hating to me. Sound like he was hating. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, first of all, he's talking about we need to put the X on it real quick and acting like they're doing something wrong because they're on a reality TV show. But I'm sorry, that reality TV show was not a worse look than it is for a bishop of his so-called stature to be at a Diddy party. Can I get an amen, church? Okay, I'm sorry. I would have rather preachers be on that reality show than to be at a P. Diddy party. That's all I'm saying. All right, make it all make sense. But anyway, he continued on. So let the work I've done speak for me. Isn't that just what he said when he got accused of all these shenanigans on Christmas Eve? He came back and said that too. So let the work that I've done speak for me. You are sowing into good ground. and the 300 families that are employed in this ministry eat from the ministry, work in the ministry, and help us to produce the excellence that we do. The natives all over Kenya drink water because of this ministry, and the hospital in Nairobi survives because of this ministry. Bishop Jakes made it clear that his focus is not on the money, but the mission of delivering God's word and helping others in need. I do not need you to buy my car. I got this, he said, as he paused for an extended period. If you appreciate my straightforwardness, give God some praise. Okay? Shortly afterwards, Bishop T.D. Jakes told the congregation, I'm a grown man, dog. Not dog. This is all hilarious to me. But anyway, there was a time. Now wait till y'all see the receipts I got tomorrow, honey, on Bishop T.D. Jakes while he's sitting there talking all this slick talk. We're not gonna get into it today because I don't have time, but it's all nefarious. I promise you that. Okay, I promise you that. Now let's listen to what he had to say when he was on the Breakfast Club once upon a time when they said something about people calling him a pulpit pimp and all that. And here was his response to Charlemagne the Devil. Please pay attention. This is all crazy.
Who say that are standing outside, and it's like standing outside of your business, calling you names. People who stand outside of something never really understand it. They make assumptions, and every ministry is different. I'm not vouching for everybody. People who know our ministry know that we rehabilitate 10,000 inmates and help them to reduce the rate of recidivism. We have a year-long program that we take them through to get them back out in life. People who know our ministry know that we were boots on the ground in Katrina. We were there for the current hurricanes that we have all the way to Puerto Rico. And then we have 300 people on staff. It's not just me. Mm-hmm. But when you come on TV, they see you. Right. They see you and they see money, and they don't see 300 other families who eat every day because of what we do. So if you're sitting around the barbershop and you're making assumptions have a rude word.
Ass. Bishop T.D. Jakes just said, how you going to hit from the outside of the church? You can't
go in first.
All right, so y'all heard it. That's what he said, honey. That's what he said. Okay, so now we're about to get into some serious news. Before I get into that, let me show you all this, though. Hold on. Cameron, the rapper. Cameron said he calls himself an American, not an African American. And here's why.
I'd rather feeling black than African American. Because Africans don't even fuck with us.
Wow.
Because they don't.
And Americans do?
Well, you're American, Mace. You're born in America. When you go to the Olympics, and when I say African American, you go over there, they call us Yankees and all that. They fuck with us, but we're not from the motherland. We're from America. So I'd rather say I'm a black American. When we go to the Olympics as a country and somebody black is fighting from the United States, you don't say African American, you say American. You don't even put a color on it. It's an American fighter fighting a European fighter, or China or Japanese or anything. You're known in the Olympics as an American. It doesn't matter what color you are. You're an American fighting against somebody from Cameroon or Senegal, whatever. The point being is they don't categorize it when it's world competition, but when it's other shit, it needs to be categorized. So I consider myself a black American. I don't consider myself African American. And shout out to all my niggas in Africa. Much love. But y'all don't consider us real Africans.
Well, some of them don't. Some of them don't, that's true. But I would say all of them don't. But also, when he brought up the Olympics and how they don't call us African Americans in the Olympics, they just call us Americans. Well, that's because they want to claim you then. And that's because they want also to take credit for your talent. So that's what that's all about, if you ask me. Okay, that Crazy Beach Eric said Bussy rhetoric. Okay, clearly. Okay, so anyway, Baby Boy said he ain't in the Olympics. I know that's right. So anyway, with that all being said, let's take a look at this clip from Diddy when he was on Jimmy Kimmel. I'm not even joking. To me, Diddy looked like he wanted to slap the taste out of Jimmy's mouth. Please pay attention.
Man, I have to be honest with you, man. Diddy has came a long way, because when Jimmy Kimmel asked him this question, it looked like he wanted to punch Jimmy Kimmel straight in the face. But he quickly realized that he was in a live show when he heard the audience laughing.
This is love. I saw a guy on the internet the other day who said he used to be your security guard, who said that when you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true? Yo, this show has gotten crazier since the last time I It's all about love, though. That's not true?
You really heard that? No.
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Jimmy, I thought we was friends. Where did this just go?
Okay, I love the way he played that off real quick because you could see by the look on his face he didn't like or appreciate that particular question. Okay? He didn't like that particular question. Okay, so now let's talk about this is serious business. So that Crazy Rich Eric said, deny. Exactly. Jay Gray said, take that. Okay? Now listen. So Kwame Kilpatrick, his name has been trending. Okay? His name has been trending. Now, I just saw Kwame Kilpatrick at Michi X's Black Agenda a few months ago. But so nonetheless, he's trending because the daughter of a woman who they claimed that he was messing around with some years ago turned up dead. And so her murder was never solved. And so questions have come back to the forefront. So let's get into it because this is all nefarious as far as I'm concerned. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Let me see, where do I even start? Okay, here we go. TikTok video revives allegations of ex-Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick's connection to unsolved murder of a stripper. If he didn't do it, he knows who did. Okay, that's what they're saying. A fresh TikTok video posted by a slain Detroit stripper's daughter is resurrecting allegations surrounding one of the city's most infamous unsolved murders as of yet. Ashley Jackson, the daughter of Tamara Green, posted a video on social media on the platform TikTok that's garnered nearly 4 million views, in which she details in her estimation of why and how her mother was murdered. Tamara Green's name became widely known in the Motor City after she was killed in a drive-by shooting months after it was rumored that there was a party in 2002 at former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick's Manoogian mansion. Now, Jackson claimed that Green, who also went by Strawberry, was having an affair with Kilpatrick at the time. Okay, so I have her video, so I'm going to play that. But hold on, let's do some background on this whole story. Because this is a flashback to the Manoogian mansion party. And this came out March 11th of 2013. Now, the Manoogian mansion party that never was, or at least that was never proven, is among the most fantastic of Kwame Kilpatrick lore. Now, less than a year into his tenure, okay, he became one of the most famous unproven parties, or he had one of the most famous unproven parties in Detroit history. The raucous, stripper pole laden Manoogian mansion party that lore says involved a fight between Detroit's first lady and a stripper named Strawberry. So they say Kwame's wife came there and jumped on the stripper because she was giving him a lap dance. Now, but then again, many say it never happened, including investigative reporter M.L. Elric, formerly the Detroit Free Press, where he helped break the message or the text message scandal that led to Kilpatrick's resignation. They say, we could never prove that it happened, and I believe it did not, at least not as portrayed in legend. Okay, fact or fiction? On the record, witnesses to the party include a stripper who was identified the party as happening in March of 2003, even though all other accounts indicate it was actually the fall of 2002, and a biker who said he was paid to provide security. So people are saying this party absolutely took place, that they were there. According to lore, stripper Tamara Green was seen by the first lady giving Kilpatrick a lap dance, which prompted Carlita Kilpatrick, and that's his first wife, not his current wife. Okay, that's Kwame Kilpatrick's first wife. They're divorced. Okay, so anyway, which prompted Carlita Kilpatrick to grab a blunt object, potentially a leg from a piece of furniture, and attack Green. Green would be killed in a drive-by shooting that occurred in April of 2003, which led to rumors that it might have been an inside job to keep her quiet. Now, a former police officer claims that she heard secondhand that then Attorney General Mike Cox, who later investigated the party rumors on behalf of the state, attended the Mangunian Mansion party himself. Attorneys on behalf of Green's son would file a $150 million lawsuit against the city, alleging a cover-up by Kilpatrick and the city by destroying documents and demoting or firing 6 investigators who investigated Green's death. So the cops who were investigating her death all got fired or demoted. I want y'all to pay attention. Sounds like a cover-up to me. Now, the case was thrown out of court in 2011 for lack of evidence, but it's now being considered on appeal. Now, mind you, this is 2013. Now, to the surprise of appellate judges, U.S. District Judge Gerald Rosen, who dismissed the case in 2011, sealed much of the evidence. Now, why would the judge seal the evidence? I find that all suspicious. Now, including the depositions of former Michigan Attorney General Mike Cox, as well as Kwame Kilpatrick's wife, Carlita Kilpatrick, and his former aide, Christine Beatty. Now, mention of the party first became public in May of 2003, days after Kilpatrick fired Deputy Chief Gary Brown in retaliation for an investigation into indiscretions by the mayor's security detail. Brown released a memo mentioning the 2002 party and accusing Kilpatrick's bodyguard of misconduct. Brown and 2 other officers would file a whistleblower lawsuit, which was settled for more than $8 million in 2007. Now, attorneys in that case uncovered the steamy emails between Kilpatrick and Beatty that eventually were made public by the Detroit Free Press and led to Kilpatrick's resignation and perjury allegations. Now, it was a whole nother scandal between Kilpatrick and Beatty. Okay? It was a whole nother scandal. Now, here's the next thing they said about it. This came out in 2010. Actually, this came out first. Ex-Detroit mayor's wife dropped from stripper suit. Now, the ex-wife of the wife of ex-mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, his one-time aide and lover, and the city's ex-police chief have been dropped from a civil suit in the 2003 death of a stripper. Norman Yatuma represents the family of Tamara Green, and he says Carlita Kilpatrick, ex-chief of staff Christine Beatty, and ex-chief Ella Bully Cummings, and other police were dropped from the federal lawsuit per his request. So all of them were being sued. Now let's talk about what Tamara Green's daughter had to say. I'm going to pull this up, and this is several videos that I linked together. Okay, so let's get into it.
Tell her I'm sorry.
Attorney Norman Yatuma at a loss of words of what to say, thinking about the unsolved murder of Tamara Green. Her daughter spoke openly about it on a viral TikTok video on Friday, which he watched.
I tell you, I disagree with anything she said. You know, I didn't know her at the time. She was obviously a very young girl, 7 when her mom passed away.
In 2003, Green, an exotic dancer, was shot and killed months after she performed at a rumored but never proven Mangunian Mansion party. Former Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick was allegedly there.
Do I think Kwame Kilpatrick hired police officers to kill her? No, I don't. I know the investigator, the lead investigator who did it, and he still firmly believes that she was in a car with a dope dealer, her friend, who owed like a $50,000 debt. Someone came up and shot at him, missed, and killed her.
My mom was a very popular stripper in the early 2000s, and as you can imagine, that industry, you meet a lot of powerful, rich, famous people. My mom ended up having an affair with the mayor of the city, who was married at the time, so yeah. Things got messy, and the mayor of Detroit's wife actually assaulted my mother. Instead of paying my mother hush money, the mayor decided to pay off cops in the city to murder my mother. There's a lot of key points to my mother's story, but to make things a little shorter, she was murdered in a drive-by with police-issued guns. I worked in the industry myself, so I've met people who knew my mother, seen her around the mayor, and they do not want any parts of my mother's case. So to this day, it's an unsolved murder. There has been many podcasts, news channels reporting on my mother's story, a book written, a play produced, but after so many years of trying to fight for justice, I have been a standing lone wolf, and I've grown very tired. So the former mayor, Kwame Kilpatrick, actually ended up going to prison for various other things after reports of my mother's death. Some people think he's great. Some people think he's a terrible, terrible man. But thanks to Donald Trump being his longtime friend in that industry, he pardoned him a few years ago. So now the man responsible for my mother's murder is...
She was the stripper rumored to have been at the talked about but never proven party at the Ahmadiyyah mansion long ago. Tamara Green was killed in 2003.
15 years have passed, but no one has been charged with her murder. Tonight, Crime Stoppers says it's received a $100,000 donation for a reward.
But there's a twist. Mara McDonald live downtown tonight, and Mara has been speaking with Norman Yatuma, the family's attorney. Mara.
Devin, Norman Yatuma says his firm is putting up $100,000 reward money for anybody who has information that leads to the arrest for someone in Green's murder. So the question becomes, why now? Tamara Green was a mother and an exotic dancer whose stage name was Strawberry. She was killed in a drive-by shooting in 2003 on Detroit's northwest side. Detroit police have never made an arrest in her case. Norman Yatuma, the attorney for the Green family, is hopeful that now enough time has passed that someone will come forward.
I mean, every tipster that we talked to, every person who called in anonymously, every single person that disguised their number, their voice, every person was afraid.
15 years later, with $100,000 on the line, is there one person who can crack the case?
Kwame's not in a position to hurt anybody anymore. And, you know, as the old adage goes, money talks.
Yatuma and Green's family filed suit in 2005, claiming the city of Detroit quashed the investigation into her death at every turn, a cover-up. After years in the legal system, it was dismissed in 2011. The judge said they lacked evidence.
It's time enough for Kwame's memory and his threats have surely faded. His reach doesn't extend from a Texas federal prison to Detroit.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure enough to be talking to you about it.
Back here live, if you have information on Green's murder and think that you could qualify for that $100,000 reward, head on over to clickondetroit.com. There's a number on there for you to call.
Okay, so there you all have it. It all sounds suspicious to me because, first of all, I don't think that these people that said they were there at that party are lying. I think they actually were there and that there was, in fact, a party. At the end of the day, when Tamara Green was beaten or attacked, allegedly, by Kwame's then wife, Carlita, well, they said that she had injuries to the point that she had to go to the hospital. Okay, now they tried to say that her losing her life was just because she was in the car with some drug dealer who owed somebody like $50,000 or something, and they were trying to shoot him and shot her. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Okay, because at the end of the day, if you're in the car with somebody, yeah, you could get shot if they're aiming at that person, but I don't believe that was the case. I think that was just a convenient story to use. The first thing is, why did the officers investigating the story, why did those officers get fired or demoted? The next thing is, why did the judge, seal some of the evidence? Why would that happen? So it's very strange to me. I absolutely think there's something more to it, and hopefully it will get solved. I know sometimes people don't think these cases can get solved, but at the end of the day, sometimes they do when you least expect it. And let's not forget, we are, after all, in the age of Aquarius, and things are being revealed. Some of them are things that we never knew that we would be seeing or hearing, okay? So please pay attention. Leatrice says, I wonder what he was preaching in prison. I don't know if he was preaching at all, beloved. Kwame Kilpatrick. Yeah, I don't know. He's not a preacher. But Baby Boy said was going to take down so many people. And the thing is, he's no longer even with Carlita. She's up there allegedly getting into fights with somebody about him. That always gets me. Why are you trying to jump on a stripper if that is true? Why would you want to jump on her? She's doing her job. Who you should be jumping on if you want to jump on anybody. And I don't condone violence unless it's in defense of oneself or someone else. But clearly, if she had that sort of anger and vitriol, that should have been directed towards her husband. That's who made, has an obligation to her. That's who made vows to her. I never get why people get upset with the other person. Like if it's a woman who has a cheating man, you're mad with the other woman, but not your man. And you're going to stay with that man 9 times out of 10, but you're mad at this woman. Please make it all make sense. And the same thing goes for some of y'all men. Some of you men get mad at other guys when your woman is clearly out of pocket and then you want to fight them. But why? You should only be upset at the person that you have a relationship with. That's the one who owes you something. Anyone outside of that, they don't owe you anything. And not to mention, you don't know what lies that they've told them. And trust me, they've always told them lies, you see, because cheaters, they're liars. They go hand in hand. Liars and cheaters go hand in hand. Now, I'm not saying that every liar is a cheater. What I'm saying is every cheater is a liar. Please pay attention. Okay, so that all been said. Gina says, allegedly, they were good friends with Kwame and his mother and was in Senate or something like that. A cover-up. Honey, it all sounds nefarious. I'll tell you that much, beloved. It definitely sounds nefarious. King Avery Black Power said, Black people revealing and exposing some misdirected anger. Yep, that is true too. Okay, Danielle said, facts, Queen. Dana said, preach. All right. So with that all being said, Ryder said, I just walk away from anything that cannot be fully explained. That's the best thing to do, okay? So with that all being said, I'm out of here. I want to thank you all for tuning back in once again. Please like and share this video. You all know they have the Queen shadow bands. All right, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you know what to do next. And for those of you who are subscribed to the channel, please make sure you follow me on Instagram at Dr._AShakur, TikTok at Dr. AShakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right. With that all being said, you love y'all said thank you, Queen. Exciting. Well, thank you, beloved. I appreciate it. Okay. I appreciate you all. Okay, so I hope you all enjoy the rest of this lovely evening, and I will see you all tomorrow for your morning wake-up call. Until then, beloveds, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got